Do you think Florida's real estate is just cooling down? The truth is far harsher. Condo prices are collapsing day by day. Not a 5 to 10% drop like you read in the news. We're talking 27%, 32%, even 50% in some places. There are condos that once sold for nearly $600,000, now listed for $300,000, with no one interested. Homeowners have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in just 1 year. Meanwhile, insurance has tripled, HOA fees have risen to $1,500, and special assessments, reaching $40,000, are hitting retirees and investors. Many have been forced to sell at a loss. Others have simply walked away, unable to keep up with payments. This is not a market correction. This is an exodus, a complete collapse. And right now, we're counting down the 10 cities in Florida where condo prices are falling the fastest. You'll see how places once called retirement paradises or investment havens have turned into financial nightmares. If you're planning to buy, invest, or simply want to know which areas to avoid in 2025, you need to watch until the end. Starting with the most searched city right now, the one that's on fire in Florida's condo market. 10. Miami, a beachfront condo dream or a financial nightmare in mid-2025. Have you ever dreamed of owning a condo with an ocean view in Miami, a place to enjoy peaceful retirement years? Then you're not alone. Thousands of Americans, especially those aged 50 and above, have flocked here over the past decade with the same belief that Miami real estate would hold its value, a safe destination. But in 2025, that dream is cracking day by day. Condo prices in Miami are no longer stable. In July alone, condo sales dropped by 17% compared to the same period last year, while inventory surged more than 30%. The time needed to clear existing listings has surpassed 14 months, a number that makes even seasoned investors hesitate. The market is flooded with condos for sale, but no buyers. This is no longer a correction. This is paralysis. Linda, 58, once bought a condo near South Beach to rent out on Airbnb during the winter. But this year, she hasn't even been able to fill 50% of her booking calendar. Rental prices are down, insurance is up, and the Condo Association announced a special maintenance fee of nearly $20,000 because the building must be renovated under new safety regulations. I thought I bought an income-generating asset, but now I'm just losing money every month, Linda shared in tears. And Linda isn't alone. Dozens of condo owners, most of them older, are shocked by rising costs. Insurance has doubled in just 2 years. HOA fees exceed $1,200 a month, and buildings over 40 years old are required to undergo structural inspections, followed by unpredictable repair costs. Figures once thought to affect only luxury projects have now spread to mid-range communities, areas once considered safe for retirees. Worse still, confidence is collapsing. According to UBS, Miami tops the list of global housing markets most at risk of a bubble in 2025. Behind the glow of blue seas and golden sunshine lies a market where every buying or selling decision could mean losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. The scariest part? Prices haven't hit bottom yet. If you're holding a condo in Miami and believe the market will recover like it did in 2021, think again. Back then, interest rates were low, insurance was cheap, and no one was talking about statewide structural inspections. Now you don't just need money, you need time, patience, and the mental endurance to handle the pressure of falling value. Miami was once the starting point of the Florida dream, but in 2025 it's becoming the opening act for one of the harshest correction waves the condo market has ever seen. The question is, can you step out of that dream in time? or will you be the one left behind when it shatters? 9. Fort Myers. When vacation condos turn into dead real estate. Once an ideal destination for retirees and Airbnb investors, Fort Myers is now witnessing a harsh reality. Vacation condos have turned into financial traps, with no escape for countless owners. Buying in means you can't sell. Holding on means losing money every month. Condo inventory in Fort Myers has surged more than 37%. Some units have sat on the market for nearly 9 months without a single serious offer. Condo sales have dropped more than 26% in just 1 year, a number showing the market isn't merely slowing down, it's freezing. The average price of a condo here has fallen over 11%. Units once valued above $400,000 are now selling around $370,000 and still can't find buyers. But the real tragedy isn't just the falling prices, it's that ownership costs are soaring while property values keep plunging. Just for HOA fees and insurance alone, many owners are paying between $1,500 and $2,200 per month, not including taxes, maintenance, and mortgage payments. A 62-year-old woman who bought a riverside condo for retirement had to put it up for sale after being notified she owed an additional $18,000 for roof and plumbing repairs. But no one bought it. Those who came to see it shook their heads. Those who made offers pushed prices down by as much as 25%. The irony is that even with falling prices, buyers remain uninterested because they know that behind that attractive price lies a mountain of expenses they can't afford. From insurance hikes of 50%, sky-high HOA fees, to building inspections that have made many projects ineligible for financing. In many condo complexes, getting a mortgage is nearly impossible. Banks are refusing to fund buildings that fail to meet the new structural and maintenance standards. That means no insurance, no loans, no liquidity. The condo you own has become nearly unsellable in the short term. And Fort Myers isn't just a city. It's the face of countless coastal resort areas that boomed during the post-COVID investment wave, but are now collapsing under the weight of costs. Home prices are no longer the main issue. The real problem is, even keeping the property is becoming impossible. If you own a condo in Fort Myers or are thinking of investing here, remember this. It's no longer a retirement paradise. It's becoming a graveyard for assets owned by those who entered the market without careful planning. And if you're standing on the sidelines looking in, don't let the blue ocean, sunshine, and resort scenery fool you. Fort Myers is drowning in inventory, and the cost storm hasn't stopped yet. 8. Tampa. When the financial storm flooded the bay, the condo collapse after the historic flood. A record-breaking rainfall in March 2025 caused severe flooding across many condominium complexes along Tampa Bay. The drainage systems couldn't handle the pressure. Dozens of condo owners stayed up all night as water poured onto floors. Electrical systems failed, and pumps overloaded. This wasn't an isolated disaster. It was the spark that shattered confidence in Tampa's condo market. When the water receded, the fallout spread. Condo prices in Tampa have fallen about 25% from their 2022-2023 peak, a steep drop in a short time. Condo inventory has now surged 85%, with thousands of units sitting on the market. Many owners have had to slash prices repeatedly. Units once listed for $500,000 are now selling for $375,000, $390,000, yet deals still don't close. The dead time on the market has exceeded 90 days in many projects. Maintenance costs are surging like the tide itself. HOA fees have jumped to an average of $800 to $1,200 per month in high-rise buildings near the coast. Condo insurance, especially after the flood event, has increased 50 to 70%. In many buildings, commercial insurance policies are being denied renewals. Owners are forced to buy high-risk coverage at exorbitant prices, adding $6,000, $8,000 a year for an average condo. An elderly couple, John and Maria, bought a condo in downtown Tampa expecting to rent it out long-term. But after the historic rainfall, the building's modest infrastructure suffered major damage. Basement pumps flooded, and the electrical system required full repair. The building's management demanded an additional $12,000 from each owner to upgrade the shared drainage system. Meanwhile, rental income plunged. Occupancy dropped by 40%. They struggled to cover the special assessment, and selling wasn't an option either, as buyers feared future risks. Another blow. Many banks are now refusing to issue loans for older condos that sustained damage or sit in flood-prone zones. If you want to sell, you need an all-cash buyer. If you want to buy, you must pay entirely out of pocket. Market liquidity is shrinking, and transactions are stalling. Tampa was once considered a stable market, economically diverse and relatively immune to coastal risks. But now, it's been torn apart. There's no safe haven left untouched. The flood event was a clear warning signal. If Tampa can't withstand natural disasters and rising costs, many other cities, especially coastal ones, will fall next. If you're holding a condo in Tampa or trying to capitalize on the market, don't be distracted by blue waters and sleek towers. Look at the repair bills, the inspection schedules before and after the storms, the soaring insurance premiums, and the current liquidity levels. Your condo might already be slipping into the dead real estate zone without you even realizing it. If you see yourself in Tampa's story, an investment that once felt like a dream but has turned into a burden, leave a comment below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the even more shocking cities ahead. 7. Fort Lauderdale. The financial storm at the seaside city. In June 2025, an emergency notice rang out across Fort Lauderdale. An old condo building on Collins Avenue was forced to impose a special repair fee of up to $35,000 per unit to fix structural damage, drainage issues, and comply with the new inspection regulations. Residents, many retired or living on fixed incomes, were blindsided by the massive bill they never saw coming. Fort Lauderdale, long known as the seaside paradise next to Miami, with blue waters, pleasant weather, and a thriving tourism scene, now finds those very strengths turning into financial choke points as insurance, renovation, and inspection costs crush every unit owner. A condo that once listed for $420,000 now struggles to attract buyers even at $295,000, a nearly 30% loss in value. But the problem isn't just depreciation. The real pain lies in the fact that many owners can't even afford to keep their homes. Many are now paying HOA fees of over $1,100 a month, combined with insurance costs reaching $7,500 to $10,000 per year. Add a 7% mortgage rate, and the total monthly payment can exceed $4,000, just to keep the unit from falling into disrepair. Meanwhile, potential buyers are backing away, frightened by surprise bills or blocked by banks refusing to finance condo buildings that fail to meet new standards. The worst part, condos that need to sell can't. There are no buyers willing to take on the risk, no banks willing to lend, and many units are trapped in limbo. Can't sell, can't hold. The Fort Lauderdale condo market is now frozen. Listings are piling up. Transactions have nearly stopped, and lowball offers are flooding in. If you're holding a condo in Fort Lauderdale or ever dreamed of retiring here, this isn't the peaceful seaside you imagined. It's a financial minefield disguised behind a beautiful facade. Look at the repair bills, the inspection notices, the maintenance fees, and ask yourself, can I really bear this burden long term? 6. Cape Coral. From the city of water to the city of debt. This past May, a riverside condo complex in Cape Coral had to shut down its elevators and emergency rescue systems after water flooded the maintenance basement. Residents had to climb multiple flights of stairs just to get home. This wasn't a minor incident. It was a clear signal that the city's infrastructure is starting to break down. Cape Coral was once known as the land of calm canals, perfect for retirement and investment. But in 2025, those waterfront condos are being eaten away from the inside out. The average condo price has dropped from around $340,000 to $240,000, nearly a 30% loss in just a few years. But the most alarming part isn't the number. It's how quickly the market has turned on cities once thought immune. Inventory in Cape Coral has surged nearly 95%, meaning the number of condos for sale has almost doubled compared to just a few years ago. Many units have sat idle for 80, 90 days, or even longer. Homeowners are forced to cut prices multiple times, gradually selling off to pay their debts. Price drops of 20% to 35% are no longer exceptions. They've become the norm. The cost of maintaining a condo here is a constant monthly ache. HOA fees range between $600 and $900 for canal front high-rises. Flood and storm insurance in these waterfront areas has skyrocketed. Many owners now pay thousands more each year. Meanwhile, infrastructure upkeep, seawall repairs, and drainage maintenance often become unexpected special assessments, leaving owners scrambling to cover the bills. One family who relocated from the north to enjoy a calm riverside life bought a condo hoping to rent it out during the winter season. But after heavy rains flooded the basement, they received an unplanned repair bill, over $22,000. Off-season rental income couldn't cover expenses, forcing them to consider selling at a loss. Yet potential buyers stayed away, wary of damage risks and high costs. Cape Coral gives us a clear lesson. It's not just major cities that are suffering. Suburban areas once considered affordable and easy to live in are also caught in the storm. When repair, insurance, and maintenance costs exceed affordability, price declines follow, and liquidity dries up. If you ever thought Cape Coral was the promised land by the canals, take a closer look at the maintenance bills, check the repair schedules, and review your insurance invoices. Don't let the dreamy scenery fool you into buying a home whose ongoing costs you can't afford later. 5. Jacksonville. From a stable market to a red zone in the condo storm. Just last week, a new report surfaced. Home prices in Jacksonville dropped 3.1% year over year, ranking among the steepest declines in major U.S. metros. When price drops start showing up in the data, it's no longer business as usual. It's a warning. Sweat is pouring out of condos once thought to hold their value. Jacksonville has long been considered one of Florida's few economically diverse and stable cities, often dodging the coastal market shocks. But in 2025, that stability is shaking. The median home price in Jacksonville has fallen about 2.8% over the past year, while listings have surged and competition has become fiercer than ever. The most painful part isn't the falling prices, it's the widening gap between cost and income. Households earning only $60,000, $90,000 a year are now facing mortgage plus insurance, plus HOA plus repair expenses that exceed their limits. Paying $3,000, $4,000 a month for a standard condo is no longer sustainable. It's a test of endurance for long-term owners. The market is drowning in inventory. Homeowners are listing, but no one's buying. Many have had to slash prices multiple times. Supply is swelling. Time on market is stretching. Every indicator points to a frozen market. Some homeowners are being forced to accept offers 20–30% below their asking price just to escape their properties. A retired couple from Georgia, hoping for a peaceful life in Jacksonville, are now struggling with maintenance bills, unexpected HOA increases, and condo insurance costs that have reached unimaginable levels. They face two choices: hold on and endure, or sell at a loss to escape, while buyers remain silent. Jacksonville may once have been a safe haven amid Florida's condo storm, but now it stands as proof that no place is immune when costs and risks outweigh value. If you're viewing Jacksonville as a safe investment, review the bills, sales history, and inventory. Because when the big wave hits, even the strongest harbor shakes. 4. West Palm Beach. When luxury becomes a burden no one wants to carry. West Palm Beach was once the embodiment of the Florida dream. Ocean view condos, infinity pools, and wealthy residents driving Teslas across granite-paved parking lots. But by 2025, that dream is morphing into a financial headache, as the cost of maintaining the luxurious lifestyle spirals out of control. A tower that once sold out within 3 weeks back in 2022 now has more than 40 units listed with no inquiries. The owners aren't selling because they want to, but because they can't afford to stay. HOA fees exceeding $1,200 a month, personal condo insurance topping $10,000 a year, and a sudden $35,000 special assessment to upgrade structural standards after the new state law are breaking their backs. This is no longer a story about falling prices. It's about relentless, silent, and devastating financial erosion. Many homeowners report that even though average prices have dropped about 25% from their peak, they still can't sell, because buyers are demanding an additional 10–15% discount to offset monthly cost risks. And with the decline in Airbnb renters, communities in high-rise coastal condos are growing empty, lifeless, and uncertain about what awaits in the next payment cycle. West Palm Beach isn't collapsing like a storm. It's dying slowly and quietly, as the financial math no longer adds up, even for the wealthy. If you ever thought luxury means safety, hit like and subscribe, because what I'm sharing will show you a very different truth behind the glittering lights of Florida real estate. 3. St. Petersburg. When Bay View turns into a corrosive bill, St. Petersburg, once praised as the jewel along Tampa Bay, is now sliding into the list of Florida's most troublesome condo markets in 2025. Behind the calm, shimmering waters lies a silent storm of costs: skyrocketing insurance, soaring HOA fees, and a flood of unsold condos. But what's eating away the fastest isn't the market, it's the salt. Condos built between the 1970s and 1990s are facing severe structural corrosion. The salty air from the bay seeps through cracks, rusting the rebar inside, causing balconies to split, walls to peel, and repair costs to soar by tens of thousands per unit. A recent engineering report noted, every inch of cracked concrete adds thousands of dollars in maintenance and inspection costs. Under Florida's new inspection law, residents are required to contribute emergency repair funds. Many buildings have imposed special assessments ranging from $20,000 to $40,000 per unit, leaving retirees stunned by unexpected bills. Meanwhile, coastal insurance has been repriced after multiple flooding events. Insurance companies are pulling out of the area, forcing owners into high-risk plans that cost several $1,000s more per year. HOA fees in older waterfront condos have exceeded $1,000 per month and continue to rise due to anti-corrosion repairs, flood prevention, and electrical and drainage system upgrades. The result? Liquidity collapse. The number of condos listed for sale has jumped more than 70% in just 1 year. while actual sales have plunged. Buyers hesitate as banks refuse to finance buildings lacking reserve funds or showing structural issues. Many units now require all-cash buyers. Even with 20–30% price cuts, they remain unsold. A 60-year-old couple shared, "We chose St. Pete for the peaceful bay view, but every time the tide rises, water seeps into the basement. And then the HOA emails us another fee notice." The view that once brought peace now carries quiet anxiety. Can the building survive the next storm season? St. Petersburg is the perfect example of a paradise corroded by salt. If you're thinking of buying a bay view condo here, check the inspection report, the reserve fund, and the corrosion maintenance schedule carefully. Because sometimes, the sparkle you see from your balcony today is exactly what will make you pay tomorrow. Shot 2. Aventura. The $40,000 shock that shattered Florida's upper-class dream. In mid-July 2025, hundreds of residents at a tower overlooking Biscayne Bay in Aventura received a notice. Each condo must pay a minimum of $30,000 immediately to repair the roof, upgrade the fire system, and reinforce the foundation. Some units were charged up to $45,000. Those who once believed they were living in a symbol of comfort and safety are now facing a brutal reality. Luxury has become a burden. Aventura was once the golden land of Miami's wealthy elite, but in just 2 years, the average condo price has dropped nearly 27%, while listings have surged almost 80%. The more owners try to exit, the fewer buyers appear, because ownership costs defy all logic. $12,000 a year for insurance, $1,200 to $500 per month in HOA fees, and unpredictable extra assessments reaching tens of thousands of dollars. Banks are no longer generous either, with many older buildings failing to meet the state's new inspection standards. Mortgage lending has nearly frozen. Those who want to sell face the same wall. Buyers must pay in cash and be willing to absorb the risk. Meanwhile, many luxury condos now sit dark every night because no one has moved in. Aventura isn't just a story of lost value. It's a sharp warning. When maintenance costs exceed affordability, no rich neighborhood is safe. If you're staring at those oceanfront towers with glowing lights, ask yourself, do I really have $5,000 a month to keep those lights on? 1. Pensacola. When the Florida dream turns into a financial nightmare. In 2025, a series of beachfront condos in Pensacola received a notice. If structural upgrades weren't completed within 90 days, residents would have to evacuate. The repair costs? $40,000, $60,000 per unit. Seniors and retirees can't afford it. They can't sell. They can't refinance. Only despair remains. Pensacola was once Florida's last affordable paradise. But now, condo prices have plunged 31%. Inventory has jumped nearly 90%, and buyers have vanished. Banks have stopped lending to older buildings that fail structural inspections. Homeowners have only 2 options left: take a deep loss or wait for collapse. Insurance has tripled. HOA fees have skyrocketed. Liquidity is zero. One homeowner shared, "I bought this place to retire. Now I'm losing an extra $1,000 every month just to keep it from collapsing." Pensacola isn't just a place where prices are falling. It's the final wake-up call. If even this city can't hold on, then where is safe anymore? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next video. 3 Florida areas still worth investing in 2025. Florida is no longer an investment paradise. Condo prices are plunging. Insurance is skyrocketing. HOA fees are draining wallets. And buyers have disappeared. If you already own property here or are thinking about entering this market, be extremely cautious. Don't let a so-called bargain price turn into a financial trap that lasts for years. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and comment which city you want me to analyze next. See you in the next video, where I'll reveal the 10 safer cities to buy property in Florida in 2025. Be cautious now, stay safe later.